Hi, I'm Lindsay, and I'm going to be talking about guns and the mental health illnesses that go along with them. I picked this topic because I grew up in a household filled with guns, and I know they can be used safely, so this issue is something that's really important to me. I also picked it because so many people in society have had to deal with this issue, losing someone in some type of a violent crime or shooting. So it shows that our government really needs to step up and change something before this gets any worse. When I first started to do my research, I found that there were many websites that were very biased, so it made it a little difficult. But once I took the time to do a lot of in-depth research, I found a lot of articles and books that were really helpful and showed the other sides to this as well as the counter arguments as well. When I began to organize my paper, I used a tactic that I was taught in high school where you have a different color note card for every single topic, and as you do your research, you put the title of the site and its citation on one side, and then all your facts and the information you want to use and why you want to use it on the other side. Then, as you go, you put them in order and how you're going to state them and use them. So then, when you need to, you can lay it all out in front of you and see what you have too much of and what you don't have enough of. So that really helped me to really get more information and more sources that were really good and reliable. My thesis statement was that the government needs to focus less on guns and the ways people are getting them and more on the health illnesses that they're facing. One of my arguments was that the majority of shooters in schools were between the ages of 10 and 19. So why do these teenagers feel the need to walk into a school and shoot someone? I believe it's because of the added stress that society puts on students nowadays, from growing up and getting good grades, being involved in activities, getting into college, paying for college, and making a life for yourself, as well as the increase in bullying. Cyberbullying has become a huge issue in our country, as well as in the 1990s, there were 15 shootings, and out of those 15, 12 shooters were reported to be bullied greatly in their lives, which led to them becoming shooters. So if that was an issue so long ago, it has to be even more of a prevalent issue nowadays. The National Justice Department estimates that 1 in every 4 children will be bullied sometime in their adolescence, and that is a huge number. So you can see just why these students need help, and we need to train teachers to be able to see the signs of when a student is at their breaking point and when they have a health illness that hasn't been addressed, and get them that help that they need, whether it's through counseling or a rehab program like you would do with drugs, just to show them that there's options and there's a way to cope with your problems without reverting to violence. One counter argument that I looked into was that many people believe that even if you make all of this help readily available, that many people with an issue aren't going to want to address it and go and get help. But I believe that because the majority of these shooters are within the ages of 10 and 19, we need to set a focus on them and educate their teachers about the signs and the red flags to look for when a student is approaching what could become a shooter, and then notify the school as well as the school counselor and get them help. It's important to teach teachers this because that's where students spend the majority of their time learning, even through schoolwork and classes, and then even extracurricular activities. They're always surrounded by these teachers. So if we teach parents and teachers to do this, then students will be able to be kept more safe, and shooters will be able to be identified sooner and get the help that they really need. So thanks for taking the time and listening, and I hope you learned a thing or two about guns and mental health illness.